Welcome, the year is 1998. The most powerful man in the world preferred to spend his time getting his knob polished by an intern rather than bitching on Twitter. Respect. Russia was a much friendlier place, being led by an affable man who knew how to relax. Middle Eastern politics was dominated by the winner of 1998's Super Mario Lookalike contest. Renowned internet troll of Tumblr fame Osama bin Laden was just getting started with his career on the web. North Korea's Kim Jong-il had yet to become Kim Jong-dead. The battle of the search engines was still very much on until one arose to rule the web with an iron fist. And finally, simulation giant microprose released Falcon 4.0. Unfortunately, around that time, microprose got itself into trouble and was sold like a trafficked whore to a series of increasingly belligerent pimps. The ascendancy of console peasantry finally sealed the fate of PC simulation games, and Falcon 4 drifted off to the realms of abandonware. This is where our story would have ended if it hadn't been for the unstoppable powers of autism and fandom. From the depths of the PC flight sim winter, two teams of warriors arrived to keep the Falcon fires burning. In 2013, Free Falcon came down with a terminal case of Minecraft and disbanded. However, possessing a strain of autism resistant to Minecraft, the BMS team continued the struggle to this very day. So this time I'm taking a look at BMS Falcon and asking the question, what's it all about? If you don't have the original disc from 20 years ago like me, you're going to have to do one of two things. There are companies who buy the rights to abandonware produced by long-defunct developers. You may visit one of their sites and purchase repackaged abandonware for a small fee. I have also heard a rumour that on a small enclave of the internet there exists a bay where such abandonware can be availed of for free. Once you have an original copy of 4.0, you need to visit the BMS forums and create an account. Download the installer and all the updates. I'm not going to go into it in any depth here, as I am going to create a tutorial for it. When you start the program, you are faced with quite a few options. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, the UI is archaic, and setting up your controls is a complete bastard if you don't know the trick to it. You think you have everything set up, you begin a flight, your stick is working perfectly, but your throttle is dead. You go back out, set up your throttle, and then your stick is dead. After several attempts like this, I was so pissed I was going to kick the living fuck out of my PC. However, on realising that cost me a lot of money, I elected to kick my punishment midget instead. When I was finally discharged from hospital, I discovered the trick, and my controls worked perfectly from then on. The big attraction for many with Falcon BMS is the dynamic campaign. In 1998, this cost microprose colossal amounts of time and money. Today it serves as a warning to flight sim developers to avoid dynamic campaigns at all costs. BMS also comes with an extremely detailed manual and a fully comprehensive set of training missions. The Commodore Amiga level maps belie the adaptability and customizability of this sim. When you enter the sim, the first thing you'll notice is the cockpit is outstanding. It's almost fully clickable, but a little rough around the edges here and there. The terrain, on the other hand, is a little bit 2005. The flight and systems modelling, however, is amazing. There are also a number of theatres available and all are free. My favourite of these is the Central European Theatre. It's of a much higher quality than the others and has many more 3D objects and buildings. As a lover of nice shiny graphics, I can really start to appreciate BMS in this theatre. It's not quite up to modern standards, but it's enough to stop me gouging my eyes out. In terms of quality, it's definitely a big step up from the other theatres. The campaigns are still a work in progress, but for now I can console myself with flying and enjoying my own missions. Unlike the other theatres, the closer you get to the ground, the better it actually looks. In my book, the really big thing BMS has going for it is the flight modelling. It's smooth and intuitive. It's rather like having a slightly plain partner who performs excellent fellatio, in the sense that you can ignore some of the rough edges in exchange for the ride of your life. And there are some amazing little details like wing flex, which just blow me away, giggity. Before I get too aroused, allow me to get back to my original question, what's it all about? It appears that for different people it's about different things. For many it's dynamic campaigns. For others, myself included, it's about the F-16, the flight modelling, the systems modelling and the mission planning. And I'm sure for some of you stingy buggers it's because it's free. If you're interested in the F-16, I definitely recommend it. I've become a fan of BMS, but not a fanboy. To the fanboys of BMS, I would like to point out that you are probably doing more harm than good. You've become the Jehovah's Witnesses of the flight sim community, banging on the door of every forum ad nauseum, telling all who will listen that your Lord and Saviour is much greater than the rest of them. If you bang on and on about something at the expense of everything else, you alienate the very people you're trying to recruit. BMS is about learning, flying and hopefully mastering the F-16. For those who are interested, I'll be covering everything from installation to operation in an upcoming series. I thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to dislike or tell me to go fuck myself below.